Hey guys, if you enjoy this 30-day challenge, don't forget to press the like button, but I challenge you to do it with your cat's paw. Anyways, getting into it. Day 1. I found these weird, realistic torches which lit up with flint and steel. Thought that was pretty cool. And, just did the basics. For the first couple of days, just chopped down some wood and went around and explored. And I came across some pretty interesting creatures along the way. And as I ventured out, I came across these really cute, I think they were coyotes or something, and I really wanted to see if I could tame them. So I eventually do try this, and it doesn't go very well. And so I just went through the village and found some supplies to get me started. And I don't know what this was. It looked really weird and he had white eyes, I don't know why. White and yellow eyes. And this, I don't know what this is, but later in the video you'll see that there's some weird stuff. In the village there wasn't really that much good stuff. I only really found food and cobwebs, a lot of cobwebs, and these manuscript things which I have no idea what they do. I didn't take any of them. I wouldn't have had a clue on what to do with them. I also found a waystone, which doesn't really come in handy. I was hoping I could make one, but I would need a lot longer to be able to make one of those. Yeah, lots of food and emeralds. I also found this weird sacred scroll of regeneration. And oh my gosh, look at these pigs. And all the other animals look so much more realistic and they're so big. Yeah, so I killed those for some food and I thought I would try taming a coyote. Turns out you can't. I was really hoping for that because they look so cute and they're everywhere. Imagine having an army of coyotes. Imagine how terrifying that would be. And so I set out and day 1 was nearly over and I saw one of these things from Harry Potter. I don't know what they're called, I completely forgot. And so I just carried on. Got some distance between me and that thing, just in case it tried to kill me or pick me up and fly me away. And then there was this tower thing. And I eventually came across this abandoned building and decided to spend the night in there. There wasn't that much in the chest again. There were just some golden carrots, and which might be helpful later. And I spent the night in this abandoned house. Right, day 2, and it was super misty in the morning, which really limited my vision, which made me feel a bit skeptical of what could be out there, because I couldn't see anything. And so I just ventured out into the day, got some wood, what you do on day 2, and found another abandoned house. I don't know what I was doing, but you could not use a stone pickaxe until you'd leveled up. And it took me forever, and I went through so many wooden pickaxes just to be able to use a stone pickaxe. And here, you think I'd be able to use a stone axe? No! I have to mine down so many trees just to use that. And thankfully, I edited 99% of that out. Soon I just ventured out, carried on looking for supplies, and eventually I wanted to find a base where I could settle down. I came across another village and I decided to explore it. Found some more food and iron pickaxes that I can't use. And again, as I said, this stone thing, I have no idea what it does, but it stole my pickaxe, and then I eventually got it back by right clicking and Then it stole my seeds, even though I didn't need my seeds. But then I put this stone in it, and look what it does. It does this. I don't know what it's doing. What is it doing? So weird. So I left because I did not want to know what that thing did, and so I carried on in the night, day 2, and I eventually decided to spend the night on this hill. And that was day 2 over, my first 2 days I survived. So I went to sleep. And the next day, on day 3, again, I was looking around and I decided to hit these birds. I don't know why I hit these birds. For some reason I just hit them. Horrible person. So I carried on, left those birds behind me, and look, a hole. I went down into this cave. And this looked really weird, so I tried to mine some iron, and I'm not skilled enough apparently to break iron. And again, had to upskill just to be able to break iron ore. I came across these horses and I decided to tame one. And leave a comment down below what you think I should name this horse. I was thinking Gerald, but you guys probably have some better suggestions. And so we rode off into the day and came across a bit of a challenge for my horse, considering they cannot swim very well with a rider on their back. And so I had to build him a bridge. And I failed at speed bridging here. I tried, okay? Tried my best. I got it a little bit, but then I miserably failed. I'll get there eventually, I promise. And we came across yet another river, and there would be so many more to come that I had to say my farewell to Gerald. Or whatever you guys name him in the comments below. And so I carried on without him and came across these wolves where I wished I really did have my horse, and I ran because I did not know how strong they were, and I am not strong enough to fight anything yet. Spent the night on top of a hill, and the next day, on day 4, I ventured out, and look at this! I did an MLG bucket water thing, or whatever you guys call it. I was chased by a warthog and ran into a hobbit hole, which I knew from previous mod packs that there is a trapdoor. You can go down it, and I found something very useful that was going to help me heal because I had been beaten up by multiple random creatures, and they had plasters which would heal me and save my life. And as I was running across the beach, I kept going along and along, and I found this house which I decided was going to be my base because I was surrounded by so many different biomes, and there were caves and these weird purple things. I don't know what they were. They're just there. They eventually do disappear, but look at those bees in this house, fully made up, and no one was living there. I guess they moved out or abandoned it or something. They just left. There's no one home. No one ever came home, and there was food and everything. So I decided to set up my base, and I saw these geese as well, which were freaking adorable. And I soon decided that, hey, I should probably get mining and level up. So for the rest of the day, I spent most of it down here in the mines just trying to level up so that I could mine iron and hopefully eventually be able to use an iron pickaxe. And then I went up and went to bed again. And that was day 4 over. Day 5, and I carried on mining and leveling up. And I eventually came across a dungeon at the end of one of the caves, and I blocked it off so that I could potentially use it for XP or something. I don't know what I was going to do with it, but I fought off some zombies, and that was it. And day 6, I decided I wanted to make plasters and all kinds of other things to help me with healing when I fought the the monster. So I did my research and headed out to find some string and wool and all the other things that I needed. And I decided that I'd get some sand and start a sugarcane farm so then I could have plenty of paper. I needed this glass to make bottles to collect some honey that was outside my house so then I could make some healing salve. And you needed a measure thing, a bit measure, turn into like droplets of honey and water. And I end up just using the healing salve because the bandages require way too much paper and string, and the bees got mad at me when I collected their honey, so I just ran into the house because I did not want to hurt the bees. Because I love the bees. Don't kill bees, guys. Do not kill bees. They're so innocent and we need them. And that was that day over. Day 7, I decided to head out and look for new things. What exactly I was looking for, I do not know. I can't remember because I didn't write it down. But I came across horseshoe crabs, I think they're called, horseshoe things. I killed them for no reason. Yeah, and during this day I just ran around just trying to upskill and collect as much as I could for the battle. And I came across this stone statue which had absolutely no purpose at all. Mined into it and there was nothing. So I just carried on looking around and seeing what I could find around my area and tried not to get lost, which thankfully it didn't. And I eventually decided to go into this forest just over here, which I end up regretting. I got completely beaten up by this goat. He just kept ramming into me and I eventually killed him, but he just really beat me up. And so I carried on and I found this tower that had a waystone on it in this village. Which had plenty of stuff in it, and I just took it even though I couldn't really use it. And I came across this, a dragon, and I was just gonna avoid that thing. I wasn't anywhere near ready to fight a dragon. And I stole this man's bed. Yep. I stole a man's bed and I put it down so that I could sleep in it. Yeah. So I carried on and I found all this stuff and this cool whispering spear and all that, and I just couldn't use it until I was skilled enough, and I got absolutely mauled by these warthogs that just about killed me. So I ran up here and they couldn't get me, thank God. I can't climb ladders, they're too stupid. And I avoided the dragons as much as possible, which were slightly lagging out, and I looked at this waystone, tried to break it for some reason, and then I eventually left and tried to battle whatever this was on my way home. And I regretted that. I ran. I don't know what he was, but he was strong. I gapped it. Ran. I was all nauseous and about to die. As you can see, I had no hearts for my head, so apparently my head was chopped off or something, and I made it home and hoped I could just sleep it off, I guess. And on day 10, for some reason I decided to put my water on the chair and use it for drinking. Don't ask me why. And I also decided that I wanted to go down to the dungeon and actually see what was inside the chest. And during day 11 I decided to make a sword because I was about to break my one that I currently had, and I went out on an adventure and decided to bridge over this giant mountain or something. I don't know what I was doing, but it got really late, so I spent the night on the bridge. Went to bed, The next morning I carried on just searching for anything, just for supplies and villages, and I made this waterfall bridge. And I found some signs that said that there was a village, I guess, or something 300 or 500 blinks away. Pretty sure that's like plane distance or something, I don't know. Don't come at me, I don't know what it's called. I found the village and there was this like dungeon thing inside it as well, which I decided I wanted to conquer and beat. So I just looked through all the chests, got myself ready before I went in there, and I found some diamonds and whatever, and it was really dark. And when I got down there I saw something glowing down the end of the hallway, which at first I wasn't sure as to what it was. So I decided that I'd just slowly make contact with it, and it was a spawner with enchanted zombies. Enchanted armor zombies? And I fought them off. Got some more healing salve, which is always handy to have. And down the next one was a bit creepy. There was just a jukebox sitting at the end of it. I don't know who does this or why, but I was super skeptical. I thought something was gonna try and kill me, or there was like, I don't know, a booby trap. The chests weren't very good, and I did find a diamond pickaxe, but again I couldn't use that. Day 13 or 14, whatever day it was, I went back home and I decided that I would finish off the dungeon another day, because my inventory was completely full. And when I got home I broke down these chairs and this table and placed a chest, and I found this basement that was hidden underneath it, which was pretty cool. I just decided that I was going to use the cobwebs for string to carry on making bandages, and there were some diamonds that I couldn't use again. I went back to the place on day 15/16. Don't know which day it was, I kind of lost track. I went down the next one and I decided that I was going to try and fight off whatever was in here. And I went down and I don't know what the hell that was, but it gave me one hell of a fright. I was freaking out, I was swinging my sword, and it was just a giant bat. Man, did that give me a fry. Definitely got my adrenaline going, and carried on throughout it and fought off some more zombies and skeletons and these mad skills. Haha. There was a cake. I didn't eat it because who knows, in this mod anything could be poisonous or anything could kill you. Went down another hallway and it was another jukebox, and it had a shield with Curse of Vanishing, and I decided that better not take that because I do not need my shield disappearing on me. I broke another spawner, and for some reason it was like attacking me. It's like something was protecting it. But these skilled zombies, I decided didn't want to take my chances, and I blocked it off and decided to attack their feet. And that zombie, yeah, I don't know where that went. That thing just disappeared. I never saw it again. So I broke another spawner and I eventually got through to break all of them. Right, day 17 and 18 I decided to head home. I went into the cemetery and the ghost attacked me, killed it, and when I got back home I decided I wanted to try and make a baby goose, and it didn't work. They had stuff in their mouth, but they were really cute. I decided to go wandering around my base, and I came across this and gave me such a massive fright. I nearly died. I ran for my life. I ran all the way home, and I decided that I was going to kill this thing. I was going to kill the hydra. So I went back home, and I decided that I was going to prepare for battle. I needed more bandages, I needed more supplies, I needed to level up, and I needed to defeat the hydra. When I got back home, I decided to make lots of plasters and bandages, and I did everything in my power to get as skilled as possible in this short amount of time. And as night came, I decided to sleep underneath the stars, this beautiful sunset that I watched as I waited for the next day. Day 21, I decided that I would go and test the boundaries of this hydra and see how hard it would be to kill. So I towered up towards the hydra and totally speed bridged over towards its base. When I got there, I decided to apparently tip some water onto it for some reason. I don't know why, and I dropped my bucket and I kind of panicked and stopped for a second and realized what I had done. So I quickly jumped down and grabbed it and ran back up. I knew I wasn't ready for this fight yet, but I decided just to test its boundaries and see how hard it would be to kill. So I essentially just annoyed it and ran away a lot of times. I don't know why I did this, but I did. And I don't end up defeating it until the end of the video, so stick around for that. So when I got home, it was day 22 or 23 or both, who knows, and I decided I wanted to build a bridge for some reason. I don't know why, just don't ask. I just decided I wanted to build a bridge so it was easier to get there and back, and I don't even end up finishing it. And it looked pretty ugly, to be honest, as you'll see in the next few clips over the next couple of days. On day 26, I decided to head out into this forest, and I was just wandering around. I don't know why, and I got scared from this thing that was trying to like seduce me or something and pull me towards her. I think it might have been a siren. I'm not 100% sure though. And I decided to block myself off because I didn't know what would happen if I was pulled towards the thing, the monster. So I just tried my best to get away from it as fast as possible. And I got away. Thank goodness. I was a little bit confused. Today I decided I would go back and actually defeat the hydra this time because I felt I was ready, as I had a lot of healing cells. So I towered up and I had a lot of arrows, so I decided to shoot it because I had been hunting for flint and feathers and I thought this would help me. And instead of just going at it full charge, since I was clearly unfit to do so with the lack of armor and skill levels that I had, I just shot the thing. And it started to get dark, so I decided that I would just sleep the night and continue to kill it in the morning. And so day 27, I was looking at it and I decided it had a lot of heads, and so I thought I would go and do this a different kind of way. Instead of going with brute force, I decided to do this in a smart way. So I gathered some wood and I towered up with the lava bucket that I had and some more arrows that I had found and made. And I decided I was going to pour lava on it and hope that it killed it. So first I decided to weaken it a bit by shooting some arrows at it. And after that I bridged over top of it and I poured some lava on it. And as to why I used wood, I don't know, because that was just going to burn down. At first the lava didn't work, I kind of missed, so I decided that I would try again and hopefully it wouldn't fail this time. I had caught the hydra on fire, so I shot some more arrows at it. The forest was slowly burning down, But that didn't matter. My end goal was to kill this hydra. I tried for the second time to pour some lava onto the creature, but it just didn't work. It hit me with its weird green mist breath thing, and so I tried to lure it out instead so then I could pour some more lava on it more easily, but that didn't really work at first, and for some reason I decided to be stupid and run in and try and get a few hits on it, but I wasn't strong enough, nor was I skilled enough. So I just ran and hoped I'd live, which I did, thank goodness, and I ate some golden apples and blocked a few shots and ran. But this wasn't going very well. I needed to do something. I needed to think smarter, not harder, and I healed up with the healing salve. And I had been successful at least at luring it out of its little cave. And as they say, third time's the charm, and I poured lava on it again. I walked away and I hoped it would work as night fell. And yes, I had finally gotten hold of it. It swam up the lava. It was so stupid, and I don't know why I'm healing here during this scene. But I had killed it. I had finally defeated the hydra. Just look at it. It looks so stupid. It's just swimming in lava. Who goes up lava? The water's right there. It had finally perished, and so I jumped down into the water in hopes that there would be something left. The only things that were left were these fangs. I don't even know what you use them for, but they survived in the lava. I don't know how. I went over and I looked in the chest, and there wasn't that much good stuff. It was actually kind of disappointing for all the work that I had to go through to defeat it. Now that I had killed the hydra, I decided on the last 2 days I would head out and see if I could find anything else I could kill. I crossed many lakes, many rivers, many forests, and I came across a few things which I thought were pretty cool. I mean, look at these adorable little deer. There's Bambi, and this white one, which I thought was pretty cool. I had come across some mobs which were pretty easy to kill and was nothing compared to the other things that I would come across again in the end of the video. As for these, I don't know what they were. They were throwing like feathered spikes at me or something. I nearly died to these. I ran as far as I could from these because how was I supposed to kill them? I didn't have any more arrows, so I just swam, and for some reason they couldn't shoot me underneath the water. They chased me for so long and I just eventually got away. And day 28 had finally come to an end, and I saw this beautiful light show. And on day 29 was when I saw a dragon attacking a village. And was I going to do anything about it? Nope. Because what was I going to do? So I decided I'd just carry on and leave the poor village to perish. There were multiple cyclops, so I had to find a way to get around them, and I decided I would just go down the middle between them and hope they didn't spot me, which they didn't. And then I decided to harass one, and I got it to chase me because I thought maybe, potentially, just maybe I could pour a bucket of lava on its feet and it would just burn and die. And he was a bit smarter than what I anticipated. So I decided I would just make some arrows and hopefully do some long distance shooting at him so then he couldn't kill me. And I grabbed some flint from this gravel pile here. But it got dark, so I spent the night under the trees waiting to have my battle on day 30. It was day 30! So I shot him. I had to kill him. was my last chance. So I charged at him and he picked me up and he ripped my head off. And then I was a goner, I couldn't do anything. And I died on day 30.